Good evening, I'm Joe Vigil.
And I'm Emily Carlson. Well, in Alaska, we know that outdoor fun can quickly turn to tragedy. Last weekend, 2 men were buried under an avalanche on the Kenai. Only one made it out alive.
That rescue was captured on a cell phone. Meteorologist Melissa Fry spoke with one of the first rescuers to get there. Melissa.
Yeah, Joe and Emily, Jackson Meyer has been snow machining his whole life. And last weekend, he and his dad and one of his friends headed out to one of their favorite spots, Lost Lake. What was just meant to be a day of fun with friends and family turned into both a victory and tragedy he'll never forget.
Hang in there, Tyler.
It was a place they never expected to be, but turned out to be the right place at the right time.
And then he saw the avalanche, just the whole face of the mountain came down.
Jackson's friends saw the large slide, almost 1,000 yards wide and 500 yards long.
And they were just like, Jackson, come on.
Immediately, they went to investigate.
And then I saw a snow machine kind of buried in the snow, and it kind of like shocked me. And then we get up a little higher and I see a hand sticking out of the snow.
Brian Evans had been caught from behind by the avalanche and carried down the slope about 200 feet. He was close enough to the surface to punch his hand through the snow and create an airway. He let the others know
the adrenaline kicked in.
His friend Tyler was missing.
We've done a lot of training and we're really good at getting him out of there. It was my first time actually having to do it, but you know, we knew what to do.
It was time to go to work.
Right when I got out my beacon, I'm like, this is my man. This is my responsibility. I'm gonna get him out of here. You know, you narrow it down, you're like, it gets to like 3 feet and then I go 4 feet and you're like, okay, too far.
And he's found. Now it's time to dig and dig fast.
Yeah, right there, right there. It gets even more real, just like, kind of like I saw an avalanche and then I saw the first body and got a little more real, and then I located him and got more real.
Almost there, Tyler. Going for me, brother.
And I was digging like as hard as I could, you know, and you can only go for so long until your body just starts to fail.
And 20 minutes later, there is still more snow.
It's starting to set in, like this guy's struggling.
But they wouldn't quit.
We just wanted to give him the best chance that we could.
And they found him.
Coming for you, buddy.
Hang in there. One of the hardest things that we did that whole time is when he first took off his helmet. And just seeing his face for the first time, because we had so much hope, you know.
Jackson and his friend continued CPR for another 2 hours until more help could come.
I wanted to give him the same chance that somebody that loved him would give him, you know.
And the medics finally arrived.
Yeah, it's a helicopter, and we started getting more excited. And we never stopped doing the compressions and giving him the breaths.
Tyler was life-flighted to a nearby hospital, but nothing more could be done. One life lost, but one was saved. Jackson got to see Brian back home in Soldotna 3 days later.
Seeing him today kind of set it in, like we saved a man's life, you know. Yeah. And even though we lost one, we gave him the best chance we knew how.
He says the grief is hard, but they're glad they were prepared to help.
But we had the beacon, so just in case this scenario, you know, that we'd be able to help somebody out.
Beacons, shovels, an attitude to serve, no matter how long it took or how tiring it was. And Jackson said if you're going to ride, you have to be prepared to save somebody. He said you need a shovel and a beacon, but now he and his dad will be adding avalanche airbags to their gear. He said the grief is hard now, but he'll be back on the mountain soon, of course, after checking those avalanche warnings first. Joe.
Tough story to hear, Melissa. Thanks. And this was the first avalanche-related death of the season. In the state, on average, there are 3 every year. Conditions will be dangerous in avalanche terrain again this weekend. Wendy Wagner, the director of the Avalanche Information Center, was out testing the conditions near Turnagain Pass this morning. She says the biggest concern is the dump of snow the past couple weeks, sitting on top of a very weak layer of snow. Those conditions are ripe for human-triggered avalanches.
We really want people to keep their terrain conservative. That means staying out from under large avalanche paths. You don't want to be in the run-out. It's possible this weekend to trigger an avalanche from below a slope that could propagate above and then roll down.
Conditions are also dangerous in parts of the western Chugach, Anchorage Front Range, and at Hatcher Pass. We'll put the links to all of their websites for current conditions on KTVA.com.